This video is made possible by Practical Defense Systems, the best online security training at the lowest prices. You can start your security career today online at pdsclasses.com. Check them out. Hi, I'm Joel Persinger. I'm the Gun Guy. Thank you very much for all of your support of GunGuyTV. I really am very, very grateful. Obviously, we're on YouTube, but we're also on these other places, Rumble and X. I do urge you to subscribe to one or both of those because YouTube commonly either deletes videos or puts a brick on my head so that people don't see them in their feed. So if you really want to get the information all the time, that's the places to go. There is some breaking news in California with regard to the Department of Justice's attempt to pretty much eliminate 90-some-odd% of all the concealed carry instructors in California. Some of that breaking news is that, although you've probably heard about it and already commented for the comment period, is that the comment period hasn't started and your comment may not get through. To give us more detail on exactly what's happening in California and how we can fight this onerous restriction, I've got Sam Paredes from Gun Owners of California with me, so let's go talk to him now. Sam, you've got some breaking news about the California Department of Justice's new attempt to try to eliminate 90-some-odd% of all the concealed carry instructors in California. What's going on at the moment?
Well, last Friday, the Department of Justice issued their emergency regulations that they were authorized to do under SB 2 to govern the CCW process. And what they chose to do, if they want to limit the number of CCWs out there, they can't limit the applications. But if they limit the number of instructors out there, that in effect accomplishes their goal of reducing the number of CCWs that people have in California. So these regulations that were issued on an emergency basis, which means that the public comment period is no longer weeks and weeks, it is 5 days from the time the Office of Administrative Law posts these emergency regulations. And so that is when the public gets to comment. Now, people are going to say, well, are you guys going to file a lawsuit or anything? We have to go through the administrative regulation process before we can consider a lawsuit. And then we have multiple options, whether we will file a lawsuit against it or we will amend one or both of our existing SB 2 lawsuits that are already in the courts to include the issues that have been presented by the Department of Justice.
So as I'm looking at this thing, and I won't go through the whole thing, but I mean, some of the things they've done, which I think the one that is the most draconian is they have essentially said there are 3 different requirements as far as licensing are concerned. You can be licensed through the Bureau of Security and Investigative Services as a firearms trainer. You can be licensed or certified or whatever through the California Peace Officer Standards and Training Post, or you can be authorized from a state of California accredited school to teach firearms training course. Now, personally, this doesn't affect me because I can meet all these requirements without a problem, but this affects 90-some-odd% of the firearms instructors, notably the things that are missing. National Rifle Association instructors, USCCA instructors, right? I mean, just by taking out the NRA instructors, you've eliminated the vast majority of certified instructors in the state. This is just an opportunity for them to they're just trying to keep us from getting licenses. And you're saying we only have 5 days to comment. When does the comment period end?
Well, that's the critical thing. When we received the information from the Department of Justice, they indicated that there would be a 5-day window to comment. What they didn't say is that window, they don't have the authority to open that window. So there's been a response from responsible gun owners and CCW instructors commenting on these regulations. But the Office of Administrative Law is the one who opens the window to accept comments when they post the emergency regulations on their website. They have not done so. So we are very concerned that any comments that have been submitted to date will not qualify and will not be accepted because they weren't submitted during the 5-day comment window. So We have been looking to put suggested letters on our website, but we've been holding off because we know that our folks would be copying that and sending them in right now, and they will not qualify. So as soon as the Office of Administrative Law opens the window, we will be informing people and giving people an opportunity to cut and paste a recommended letter, comments, submitted to both the Office of Administrative Law and the Department of Justice. They have to submit them to both agencies. And so right now,
and of course, me, along with every other concealed carry instructor in the state, you, right? Yeah. And all the others, I saw something from TJ Johnson the other day. We've all been asking our students, and I've got 28,000 students throughout the state. I've been asking my students and everything else to comment. Probably a lot of them have, and now they're going to have to comment again because that's crazy.
That was a mess up on the part of Department of Justice, making it sound like you guys have got 5 days to comment.
I was told Friday. Tomorrow was it.
Well, they submitted them on Friday, basically over the weekend, and it's 5 calendar days, so it would have been this past Monday through this Friday. That is what they implied, and I think that maybe they had that in the back of their mind all along, so that a lot of the comments that are submitted will not qualify to be evaluated by the Office of Administrative Law. So,
I hate to assign nefarious motives to these people, but all of their motives are nefarious. And so, I mean, at some point or other, you just look at it and realize it's all by design. I mean, it's every last. And I sound like a conspiracy theorist here. It's only a conspiracy unless it's true. It's a conspiracy theory unless it's true, and then it's a conspiracy. Okay, and it's true. Yeah. So where do we stand at this point? Are we're hunker down and wait until the comment period opens? I mean, what do gun owners need to do right now?
They need to pay attention to the Gun Owners of California website at gunownersca.com and the CRPA website at crpa.org. I know that CRPA has put out requests for comments. I know that they're going to be amending that and letting everybody know of the constraints of when the comments are official and can be accepted. So we're going through a fire drill right now where it's a Charlie Foxtrot of immense proportions to try to get the correct information out to our members and your viewers, and to all CCW instructors throughout the state of California. So it is all hands on deck, trying to get the truth out and getting people ready to respond when it is appropriate, and that time is coming. You know, one of the additional provisions is not only being certified by one of these agencies, one of the 3 governmental approved agencies, but now CCW instructors are going to be required to take and pass a live fire training test.
I was just going to ask, okay, so I read it, right? And I'm like, okay, I can do that. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
But where am I going to do it? Who's going to certify me? What range are they going to do this at? How many months are they going to take to figure out who's the certification person that's going to sign off on the fact that you went and you did your range qual and you fired and you qualified, right? I mean, what are we going to wait 6, 8 months? So I guess my question is, where are the sheriffs on this? The sheriffs and police chiefs are the ones issuing the permits. Doesn't this throw a monkey wrench in their works as well?
Absolutely. And my understanding is that at very least the California State Sheriff's Association is going to be commenting when it's appropriate in opposition to these laws, because they are the ones who have had a very successful CCW program in the state of California where nobody has committed a crime with a firearm who has a CCW for years and years and years and years and years and years. And I think that they view this as a massive coup d'etat by the Department of Justice to strip away the authority that sheriffs have to issue CCWs in their counties, and chiefs of police and those agencies that do issue them. So this has really kicked a hornet's nest, and we're going to be spending all morning long trying to figure this thing out and getting people the appropriate and truthful information so that they can act accordingly, and we will move from there. So if you are a CCW instructor in the state of California, be aware that if you're not certified by the agencies that Joel just mentioned, you are not going to be eligible to offer CCW classes in the state of California until this issue is resolved. So for a lot of
Amazing.
CCW
Or for that matter,
instructors.
if you're certified by one of those and you don't have a California COE,
That's correct.
you're supposed to have that too. Here's the
Yeah.
other thing I think is interesting, and this is where I think CCW holders need to make sure that they're commenting, is one, if this is allowed to stand, which this cannot be allowed to stand, if this is allowed to stand, it's going to take your CCW application and drag it out for years because there's going to be a bottleneck where you can't get to instructors. None of these certifications I mentioned, none of them are easy to accomplish. I know because I meet the requirement, okay? None of them are easy to accomplish. None of them are quick. All of them take months, maybe a year and a half. The requirements are ridiculous to teach a CCW class. That's the first thing. The other thing is, if you may not be applying for your first permit, you might be trying to renew. Now January 1 rolls around and this goes into effect, and nobody's an instructor yet. Even guys like me who can meet the requirements aren't instructors yet because I haven't gone to the range and qualified and been certified by a non-existent certification person at a non-existent certification agency at a range that hasn't been defined yet. And so you want to renew your CCW and it's about to expire, or it's going to expire in the next 3 to 4 months. You're not going to be able to renew it.
Yeah.
I mean, am I reading this wrong? This is like a death strike that DOJ is trying to do with the California concealed carry permits.
No, the DOJ has created a perfect storm that will impact CCW holders and CCW instructors. They found a way to put a giant monkey wrench in the CCW process in the state of California. If your CCW expires in January and you're taking a class in December to qualify you for that CCW renewal, there is a huge question whether that class that you took in December for your January renewal will apply, because the class did not comply with all of the regulations. So it is a Charlie Foxtrot of epic proportions with regards to CCWs in the state of California. There's a ton of confusion. It is basically the fault of the Department of Justice for misleading people and getting them to believe that they can comment. And frankly, Joel, I think that they are being extremely punitive by these regulations, not allowing the Director of Civilian Marksmanship, the federal government, Federal Law Enforcement Training Center, United States Military, National Rifle Association, USCCA, and other accredited and very credible instructors to qualify as being able to certify a California CCW instructor. It is it's a mess, and my staff is yelling at me saying, "Come on, we got to put out a statement right now, and we got to respond. What's the truth? What's the truth? What are we going to say? What are we going to tell our people to do after we put out the information that DOJ gave us, which was misleading, at very least misleading?" And so we are having to respond to that right now in real time. So for everybody who's out there and concerned, whether you are a resident of California or not, you can submit comments. You know that one of the lawsuits on SB2 that have been filed by CRP and GOC will call into question the fact that California does not accept any other state's CCW licenses. So that's a part of the lawsuit. This can and will affect you. So when the window opens, be prepared to send in your comments. And like I said, we will have a recommended letter. Please either cut and paste the letter that we have or read it and craft your own. Please don't be snarky. Don't be rude.
Yeah, keep your F-bombs to yourself. That's right. Keep your F-bombs to yourself. They got to be.
We want DOJ to respond to all of these comments, which will give us additional fuel for our lawsuits. And so that's why this is an important drill. You know, people say, you get 10,000, 100,000 comments. Are they going to read them all? Probably not, but they have to open them all. And actually, they have to respond to them all. So they're going to be very busy right after the 5-day window, which is going to give us the opportunity to decide what our next step is. But
any view as to when the comment period might start?
Well, it can start Anytime. We know, well, no, we don't know. We believe that the Department of Justice has submitted the emergency regulation proposal to the Office of Administrative Law. Then they have to go over it with a fine tooth comb to make sure that it complies with the authorizations issued by the state legislature in law. And if it does, then they will decide when to post it. It could happen today. We thought it might happen last night. It could happen anytime today. It can happen anytime. So if you're concerned about this issue, you need to pay close attention and regularly check with our websites to get the green light to submit your comments.
Now, until OAL, the Office of Administrative Law, gets through this process, which could be fast, it could take, it could take a month or two. Does anything change? I mean, if they don't actually come up with a process, if they don't come up with a regulation and it doesn't become part of law, do we still function under the current process? I mean, how does that work for the instructors who have classes scheduled in January, February, whatever?
Yeah. In absence of new and changed regulations, the existing regulations will still be in effect, is what we believe. Now, that's a question that we've asked our attorneys, but until they replace those regulations, the regulations that are on the books are the ones that are in effect. That is our understanding. We will verify that, but Okay, so
if you're watching this, I got a couple of things I want you to do for me, okay? And let's do them for everybody. First of all, like the video so that it helps the algorithm on whatever platform you're on, if you're on YouTube or X or Rumble or whatever. And then share it, and share it on your social media. Because there's a ton of folks who've already commented, and their comments are likely not to be accepted because the comment period technically hasn't opened yet. They're going to need to comment again, and they need to know about this. And then there are folks out there who perhaps don't know about this, even in the YouTube space, because Sam hasn't gotten a chance to talk to them yet. So let's get that information out there so that other folks who do what I do can also get that information out there. The more people that comment, the better. That's the first thing I want you to do. Second thing I want you to do is I want you to put done in the comments so that I know that you did that. Because I did this with a previous video with Chuck, and what I discovered was the more people that put done in the comments, the next person who watches the video sees all these dones, and it's incredibly encouraging, and gun owners don't think they're alone. So please put done in the comments after you've liked the video, share the video, and then put it in your social media, email it to your friends, whatever. Let's get as many people to do this as possible. And please do share it with your out-of-state friends, because as Sam said, right now CRPA is, along with Gun Owners of California and many others, are working to force California to accept, or at least come up with, either accept the permits from other states or come up with a way where out-of-state residents can obtain a California permit. So if you're out of state and you visit California and you'd like to have a permit, this is going to affect you as well. So please get in there and comment. You don't have to live in California to comment. Is there anything else that gun owners should be doing other than waiting for more information?
Two things. I want to make sure that everybody understands that we are also receiving partnership support from the Second Amendment Foundation, Gun Owners of America, Gun Owners Foundation. We are all a massive team fighting for your rights. Secondly, you need to subscribe to GunGuyTV, because I'm going to be communicating with Joel, and when it's time to say go, I'll let him know. He can put up a blurb, and that's one way that you will be notified that the time is now to enter into these uncharted waters and submit your comments on this egregious overstep on the state of part of the state of California to limit the ability for lawful citizens to acquire CCWs by limiting who can teach a CCW class. So super important.
I would also urge you to join Gun Owners of California. If you're not a member, you should be. If you want to, you can go to Gun Owners of California and you can subscribe to their email list. You can go in the comments of this video and you can subscribe to my email list, and email blasts will go out about this stuff. So I urge you to do that so you can stay informed, because it does take a little time. Yesterday, we were trying to get this video done yesterday, but our schedules went wonky. So sometimes if you're part of an email list, you're going to get that information a lot quicker. It may not be as detailed. It might be more detailed. I don't know, but I think it helps you both ways. So check the Gun Owners of California website often. Get on their email list, join, go in my comment section, sign up for my email list, and you'll get them. No, I don't email you to death. You probably get one email a week from me or something, but you'll get one. And then where you've got information, you can always act on it. Information is power. What else can we do for you, Sam, today?
Pray for us, and your support is graciously and humbly accepted. Those of you who become members of Gun Owners of California, supporters of Gun Owners of California, we use all of our resources to go back into the lawsuits, to lobby the legislature, and this coming year to be very active in very important elections. So if you want to be on the tip of the spear as far as getting information, we invite you to regularly visit the Gun Owners of California website, become a member. It's $35. It's less than a really good pizza, and you're doing more to protect your rights, your God-given Second Amendment rights, than you can do. And if we get everybody to do that, we're going to continue to see victories in courts in California and throughout the country. So we're going to win. It is going to be painful for us to win.
That's a fact.
But we are.
Yeah, but we're winning. We are winning. I mean,
Yes,
we
we
are
are.
winning. It's a battle, and it's hard, and it's difficult. You know, I mean, it's been challenging, and we take 2 steps forward and 1 step back, and 3 steps forward and 2 steps back. But we are moving forward, and we're winning. I mean, and not only are we winning in court, but because of all the things happening in our country around the world, the anti-gunners and the left, I mean, the extreme left, I'm not talking about classical liberals, but the extreme left is losing the narrative even. They're not even winning the narrative anymore. Mm-hmm. And so we've got to continue this fight. By the way, you can be a member of Gun Owners of California if you don't have to be in California to do that. So if you want to support them, and free ad for you, sorry, there you go, Sam. If you want to support them, you can do that from outside California. Remember, as Sam most commonly says, California either affects or infects the rest of the country. So you want to help us out with the battle out here. All right, sir. Is there anything else we didn't talk about we should?
I think we've got everything covered for now. Everybody pay attention. Stay connected. GunGuyTV, Gun Owners of California, gunownersca.com, crpa.org. Just stay connected, because when we give the signal to release the hounds, we want them to go out in hordes. So please be ready to go.
You bet. Thank you, Sam. Have a wonderful week. I love you, brother.
I love you too. Thank you, Joel.
Thank you very much for watching the video. I appreciate it. I'm going to remind you what I want you to do here. I want you to like the video so that the algorithm will get it out there a little bit more. Let's play with the algorithm on these platforms, and then share the video from whatever platform you're on. I don't care if you're on Rumble, you're on X, you're on YouTube, what have you. Share that with your own social media. Share it with your friends. Email it to them. Whether they're in-state, out-of-state, doesn't matter. When you've done that, let's get this information out so we can make the comments as voluminous as possible and hopefully kill this thing before it becomes a regulation we have to deal with in court. That's the first step. Then I want you to put done in the comment section. Whatever platform you're on, just comment done. And then I know you did it, and guess what? Other gun owners who watch the video are going to know you did it too. Thank you very much for all of your support. If you would like to support Gun Guy TV, you can do that by joining Gun Guy TV Crew. There is a link in the description, or you can simply go to GunGuyTVCrew.com. You can also go to Patreon or Locals. We're in both of those places, and you can sign up there. Have a Merry Christmas. Thank you again for all of your support, and keep your eyes open for when the comment section starts. I'll be telling you on this channel, and if you want to sign up for my email list, you'll get an email from me when it happens. Stay safe, and thank you.